NFL Network.
That's right, and you were on vacation when Bobby Wagner got his big deal.
I heard
I'm sure
about
you're
that.
excited about that.
Yeah, of course. Big money. 40-something million, right? 3 years?
Yeah, he can send us
54.
breakfast bagels.
Even better.
40
that's
guaranteed.
Right.
Oh,
That's
40
right.
guaranteed is right.
That 99 rating. We'll have him actually joining Inside Training Camp Live. We have over 9 hours of live coverage at the training camp of your dreams. All 32 teams will be covered as we flip it over and welcome in Will Selva in the Newsroom out in Culver this morning. Hey, Will.
Hey, what's going up there, GMFB fam? Is that who's that fella next to you to the left of you? Who is that? That's not D'Angelo.
He's only been gone 2 weeks.
What's up, Will?
What's up, Nate?
O'Hara, you say?
Good
up, buddy?
Good to see you on there, man. Yeah. Welcome
Good
back.
to see you,
Nice
man.
to have you. Yeah,
Thanks.
good to have you around, my friend. Let's get to some news here. So I'll make sure it was you. Bengals wide receiver A.J. Green is getting a second opinion today on his sprained ankle. This, according to NFL Network's Tom Pelissero. Now, at the moment, he's not currently scheduled to undergo surgery on it. Green's return could be in the range of 7 to 8 weeks, and that is best case scenario. Either way, Tom and our Ian Rappaport both reporting Green's availability for the season opener in Seattle is in doubt. Head coach Zach Taylor saying he'll have a better idea today of Green's status following more testing on his ankle, a right toe injury forcing Green to miss 7 games last season. Like Green, an injury is sidelining Titans running back Derrick Henry as the lower leg, as described by head coach Mike Vrabel. Although there's not a timetable for his return back to the field, Rap Sheet reporting the team isn't worried about it and the issue should not be a big deal. Jets running back Le'Veon Bell is enjoying his first training camp with the team. Bell is already setting lofty goals for himself this season, 500 touches if it's possible. Bell is feeling fresh after having an entire year off. Our Steve Smith spoke with Bell about whether the holdout was the right move.
I don't regret anything that I've done. When I sat out that last year, that was really for one to make a point and try to get what I was valued at, and for two, to rest my joints and play football longer. I play a rough position. I'm sure everybody who plays football like yourself know that, and I didn't want to have another 400 touches on my body without being compensated for it.
Well, it certainly sounds like he thinks he did the right thing there. And late last week, he did say that he was proud of Melvin Gordon and his holdout as well. So that is Bell telling our Steve Smith feeling fresh after having that year off. Okay, guys?
I love that. We'll have more from Florham Park, of course, all throughout the day. I want to get out there and sort of see what this new energy is all about. So I'm hoping to be able to attend one of their training camps or a scrimmage or a preseason.
I'll be there Thursday.
If
Come
you're
with
there,
me.
I
We'll
honestly,
carpool.
I might
Let's
go with you and just sort of check out what the vibe is.
Introduce you to Joe Douglas and Adam Gase.
Of course.
They're going to be like, get out of here, Mike.
Let's do it. They brought us New Jerseys to the studio.
We should do it. Florham Park. I'm down.
I'm not kidding.
The
I think
gateway
we
to
should go.
Piscataway.
Get your permission slips in.
On that note, let's talk about this Jets running game and Le'Veon Bell and kick off another edition of Believe It or Not. I will bring up a couple topics. You guys tell me whether or not you think it's true or false. We just heard Le'Veon Bell talking to Steve Smith about not having any regrets. Do you believe it or not that the Jets will have the best rushing attack in the AFC East? Kyle Brandt.
I'm going to say no, because there's only one quarterback in the AFC East who was born in the disco era and runs like a baby deer, and that's Tom Brady. The Patriots are going to run the wheels off the ball. I've been on this all offseason. The Patriots are ahead of the curve. Guys, the power run games are back. As the linebackers are getting smaller and faster, they're going to go back to punching you in the face up the middle. Guys, James White, Rex Burkhead, Sony, we know it, and they're already flush, right? And then they spend a third-round pick on another guy, Damian Harris. Guys, they are going to run the bejesus out of it, I think is the football term. And let's not forget, my man Jimmy Devlin with the big old horse collar pads. They will run it. They run it a lot. Last year, guys, as they're winning the Super Bowl, they were third in rushing attempts in football with Tom Brady and all these weapons. They will run it, and they'll run it, I think, more and actually better than the Jets.
I agree 100%. And listen, it's not just the power game. It's also the variety in which they play with. Variety shows are back. There's a reboot of all that. And look at Saturday Night Live. That's been running forever.
That's what I'm saying, Nate.
It's what they bring to the table. They're the Ocean's 11 of football. Different players can come in at different times and different scenes and do different things. And for me, when you look at Michelle and White and Burkhead and Devlin, depending on the game and who they're playing, they can literally switch outfits and be a power team or a passing team out of the backfield. And that right there is variety that most teams can't stop.
Listen, you want to go TV show, movies, comparisons? I'll go Golden Girls. Listen, they were maybe past their prime, but that was an excellent show, and they were hysterical. Estelle Getty, she was fantastic.
Travel down the road and back again.
Up to Buffalo, exactly, with Frank Gore and LaShawn McCoy up there. Savior jokes. I know Frank Gore had cramps at the beginning of training camp. Yes, maybe you could say it was because of his cholesterol medicine or something like that. No, stop. Savior jokes. These guys can still bring it. LaShawn McCoy, 1,400 yards from that magical number of 12,000 for his career that he's been chasing. The reason he wants to get there, by the way, is that's usually the Hall of Fame mark, so that's why he's got that in his sights. And then they've retooled the offensive line. Spencer Long comes in. They sign Mitch Morse, give him a ton of money to be their starting center, and then Cody Ford in the second round. I can go on and on and on. I love it. Buffalo Bills, there's your running game.
GMFB weekend is all about these Bills.
Sure.
Mike Robb was here talking about them winning this division potentially, so they are all in. And I think the key to this whole division might be running the ball. Of course, the Patriots will get into the offensive line because losing Gronk as a run blocker, losing Trent Brown to the Raiders will be huge. I was up there and I asked all the right Isaiah Wynn questions. So I'll get you guys all of that. But speaking of Lev, his former squad is adjusting to life without him and superstar wideout Antonio Brown. Well, Pittsburgh quarterback Ben Roethlisberger sat down with our guy Kurt Warner to discuss why Steelers fans should not be concerned.
I know a lot of people on the outside see Le'Veon somewhere else, see AB somewhere else, and they look at the Steelers and go, I don't know why there's reason to have optimism this year. Tell me why there's reason here for all these Steeler fans to be optimistic.
I don't know either. We're just going to give it our best. No, we're excited. We're having fun. It's we're just here to play ball, and everyone's kind of, like you said, counting us out, or and no one's won a game, no one's lost a game yet. Yeah. So we're just going to go out and give it everything we have and see what happens.
A very optimistic Ben Roethlisberger there. Nate Burleson, believe it or not, the Steelers will not miss Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown this season at all.
I don't believe it. Not. They're going to miss him. I mean, when you look at what they were able to bring to the table out of the backfield, Le'Veon Bell was the best in the business, giving you 100 catches like he was a reinvented Matt Forte. And Antonio Brown every year was in the conversation as the best receiver in the game. For me, it's similar to when dark-skinned Aunt Viv went upstairs and light-skinned Aunt Viv came down.
Okay.
At first you were like, man, what happened to Aunt Viv? I was used to her. Yeah. That's my thing. Where's she at? And then you got used to light-skinned Aunt Viv. Just so happened that AB is dark-skinned and Juju is light-skinned. So I'm just saying, at first they're going to miss these guys. But until Juju steps up and James Conner steps up and these different guys that are complementary pieces to Big Ben steps up, yes, they're going to be missed. How could you not miss two guys that were all pro at their position?
Mm-hmm. This round, you can have the TV references, Nate Burleson.
We'll go all in all day, baby.
I didn't see it that way. I don't see color.
I will say that I do believe it. I believe it. How was it phrased? It was phrased they won't miss him, right? Mm-hmm. So I believe that, yes.
Okay.
Because of the extracurriculars and all the things that they've had the last couple of years, number one. But number two, and it's I haven't been there yet. I haven't been to Steelers training camp, so I'm hearing things and seeing things from afar. Mark, I'm going to say his name wrong, Caboli from the Athletic in Pittsburgh covers the Steelers. He tweeted, it's obvious through two practices, that Juju Smith-Schuster has taken it to another level, and then he had a couple more gushing tweets after that about Juju.
Practices?
Two practices.
Okay.
That's all he needed to see to say Juju
all right.
to another level. I'm in.
All right. Well, thank you, Mike, and thank you for being a friend. Let's get away. It's kind of like Ben and those guys. It's kind of like Sam Malone and Diane at the bar. When Diane leaves, Sam can still do the heavy lifting, and we love Kirstie Alley. That's Juju in this case.
Talk about it.
Here's the thing. They may be able to do some of the things even close to it statistically. Juju may put up numbers. It's those special plays that AB won games all by himself. Steelers fans will remember that Sunday nighter against Green Bay. He made a catch on the sideline that I think maybe 2 or 3 people in the world could make. I don't know if one of those people is Juju Smith-Schuster. I think they will miss him.
Well said.
They didn't win the
Cheers.
Super Bowl with Antonio Brown. They didn't win one with Le'Veon Bell. Big Ben won 2 before them. Juju's looking good. I just have the same optimism until they prove me wrong on this team. In other wideout news, this was such a bummer to see, guys. Bengals wideout A.J. Green carted off the field with an ankle injury on Saturday. He is expected to miss 6 to 8 weeks, so he's not expected to be there on their season opener. He's a torn ligament. So he was ranked number 58 on the top 100 players of 2019, and that is missing a ton of games, 13 over the last 3 seasons. He vows to be back in the top 20 on next year's list, though. Believe it or not, Nate, A.J. Green will be a top 20 player this season.
If he can stay healthy, and we say this every single year, thing about A.J. Green, when you look at his numbers when he was healthy, to start his career, he had 5 straight 1,000-yard seasons. They made the playoffs 5 straight years. And then the year he gets banged up, that's when they don't make the playoffs. Last year got hurt. They went 1-6 without him. So as much as I want to say A.J. Green is a top 5 receiver, I can't because he's been banged up. And this is somebody who's speaking from a very autobiographical place. There was points in my career where I thought I'm clearly one of the best in the game, and then boom, something happens, middle of the season, end of the season, and I'm sitting there looking in the mirror saying, there's no way I can convince people how good I am if I'm so banged up.
I think I'm going believe it again. I think I've been 3 believes at this point. There's no firm word yet that he's going to miss week 1. He's going to go get a second opinion. Dr. Anderson is the noted foot and ankle specialist.
Yeah.
You ever see him, by the way?
Yeah.
Everybody's going to noted.
Of course.
Everybody that's got something down there goes to see him. That's why he's so noted.
Yeah.
There's a possibility that it won't be the back end of this timeline here and that he's ready to roll to start the season, and they've got this offense that Zach Taylor's bringing with him. I still believe he's got a shot. Plus, if he doesn't get paid, he's got to show him what he can bring.
Yeah. Top 20, no. You get on these lists in the top 20 for being in big nationally televised games, and I feel bad for AJ because I don't think the Bengals are going to be there. I don't think they're going to be winning them. I root for him, but come on, guys.
We are all rooting for him. We'll visit all the training camps on ITC Live. We'll have reporters talking Zeke Watch as well, but it is Shark Week. Okay. Are the fiercest creatures on the planet actually swimming in the NFL?
Maybe.
This fierce creature. We go to Carson Wentz. Okay. And which quarterback is in desperate need of a breakout season? Oh, hello, Mitchell.
What's up, Mitch?
Hey, Mitchell.
Come on.